Time now for business, and we say hello to Kemi Knight.
Hi, Francois.
Kemi, we've been highlighting the jousting between the U.S. and its allies over Ukraine. Where the World Bank's been putting a number on how much reconstruction will cost.
That's right, and it's over $500 billion to rebuild Ukraine after 3 years of war. And the World Bank conducted the assessment together with the European Commission and the United Nations, saying the total is nearly 3 times Ukraine's expected 2024 economic output. The survey covered destruction that occurred since the February 2022 invasion and the end of last year, and found that 13% of the country's housing stock had been either damaged or destroyed, affecting over 2.5 million households. That damage is mostly found in frontline areas in the east, north and south, where 3/4 of the destruction is concentrated. It comes as US President Donald Trump says he's prepared to host his Ukrainian counterpart to sign a peace deal with Russia. Reuters reporting that amid US negotiations with Moscow, Russia may be willing to use a portion of its $300 billion in frozen assets to help rebuild Ukraine. To India now, where in recent years the country has been able to boast some of the world's fastest economic growth rates. But the job market and pay levels have not been keeping pace. The country's population is overwhelmingly young, and those young Indians are increasingly turning to cryptocurrency trading to boost their incomes. Brian Quinn takes a closer look.
At this private academy in central India, some dozen young adults gather for their daily lesson. But this is not your average continuing education class. Here, students are learning to trade cryptocurrencies.
Before, I wasn't paying much attention to crypto trading, but now I usually spend my nights doing it since markets are open 24 hours. However, there's some volatility in the cryptocurrency, so it can get risky sometimes.
India is the world's most populous country and one of the youngest. 2/3 of its 1.4 billion citizens are under 35. It has world-leading economic growth, but jobs and salaries have not kept up. To supplement meager incomes, in recent years, many young Indians have taken to trading stocks, options, and foreign currencies. They're now increasingly dabbling in crypto. The election of Donald Trump, a former skeptic who has since rebranded himself America's first crypto president, sent digital currency soaring. Indian crypto trading volumes more than doubled last quarter to hit $1.9 billion.
I've started trading in cryptocurrency as well. I'm backtesting a few trading strategies.
At 30%, India's taxes on crypto gains are among the world's highest, but the sector remains lightly regulated. The country's crypto market is projected to boom from $2.5 billion last year to more than $15 billion by 2035, with most of the growth attributed to smaller retail traders, and most of them located outside the country's top-tier cities.
Now, meanwhile, Bitcoin hit its lowest level in over 3 months on Tuesday, falling through the $90,000 level overnight. The decline puts the blue chip coin almost 20% off the all-time high it reached on Donald Trump's inauguration day. Bitcoin kicked off the year fueled by optimism about changes the Trump administration was expected to make for the crypto industry, but Bitcoin continues to be dictated by macroeconomic trends, with markets grappling with increased uncertainty under Trump, including sanctions on key trading partners. We end in the UK, where more than 1,000 musicians, including Kate Bush, Cat Stevens and Annie Lennox, have released a silent album to protest the government's planned changes to a copyright law. Starmer's government has been consulting on whether to let tech firms use copyrighted material to help train AI models, unless the creators explicitly opt out. But artists say opting out will be made particularly difficult, and that it would just hand the life's work of musicians to big tech for free, then allowing them to outcompete them. The album is called Is This What We Want and shows empty recording spaces, as you can see there. It represents the impact on artists' livelihoods if the government pushes ahead with its plans. Let's hear from the British composer and former AI executive behind the idea.
If you build an AI music system and you train on people's music, let's say you build an AI music system that's trained on music to license to TV shows, then that system is going to be able to create new music to license to TV shows. That's going to be super cheap, and there's going to be a bunch of people who use that instead. AI will, to some extent, democratize, if that's the word we're using, creativity. And the key point is that you can do the democratization, you can get all those positives without adopting this system of sort of state-sanctioned theft. You can license the training data and still get those models, and that should be the approach.
The UK government says the UK's current regime for copyright and AI is holding back various industries from realising their full potential. It's not the first time celebrities have come out calling for protection of their work. Paul McCartney and Elton John have also been vocal about the issue in recent months.
All right, many thanks for that. Cami Knight, who'll be back with more business news.